Trustee Compass?
Here.
Trustee Reardon?
Here.
Trustee Rashevsky?
Here.
Mayor Peacock?
Here.
Please rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Approval of the June 29th, 2021 special meeting minutes.
Mr. Chairman,
Trustee Malani.
move to approve the minutes of the Board of Trustees special meeting of June 29th, 2021.
Second.
Any changes? Call the roll.
Trustee Malani?
Aye.
Trustee Katsinas?
Aye.
Trustee Healy?
Aye.
Trustee Compass?
Aye.
Trustee Reardon?
Aye.
Trustee Rashevsky?
Aye.
Mayor Peacock?
Aye.
Approval of the July 6, 2021 regular meeting minutes.
Mr. Mayor,
Trustee Rashevsky.
I move to approve the minutes of the Board of Trustees meeting on July 6, 2021.
Second.
Any questions or comments? Call the roll.
Trustee Rashevsky?
Aye.
Trustee Compass?
Aye.
Trustee Healy?
Aye.
Trustee Katsinas?
Aye.
Trustee Malani?
Aye.
Trustee Reardon?
Aye.
Mayor Peacock?
Aye.
Proclamation honoring Diagrind as Orland Park Business of the Month, July 2021.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes. Trustee Rashevsky.
are we supposed to?
Yeah, I know. So tonight we'll be honoring, we're starting back up our Business of the Month, which kind of stopped during COVID. Not because we didn't have a lot of great businesses, but they were kind of knee-deep in a lot of other stuff during COVID. So tonight we are going to honor Diagrind as the Orland Park Business of the Month. Whereas Orland Park's Diagrind is owned and operated by Mike Sommer. It first operated in Allsip, Illinois in 1975 by his grandfather and father, Peter and Donald Sommer. The company moved to Orland Park in 1984, and whereas Diagrind began in the mind of Ingolf Sneva, where Sneva was looking for a better way to grind his carbon dyes and combining recently developed industrial diamond and self-dressing resilient bonding matrix known as vitreous material, VM, he established the base of a recipe for a company that is still in business today. And whereas Sneva wanted to preserve his creation and his particular requirement of selling his recipe was that a father-son team be the buyer, and whereas Peter and Donald Sommer were the perfect father-son team to purchase his recipe, and they also brought with them an extensive manufacturing background. Pete was vice president at Size Control in Elgin, and Don worked for him in the shop. And whereas Diagrind manufactures super abrasive grinding tools, and initially the business offered only diamond tools, Diagrind expanded when General Electric synthesized cubic boron nitride as the second hardest material on Earth, and thusly created an abrasive that ground the hardest steel with the same effectiveness as diamond ground carbide. And whereas specializing in smaller tools and parameters required to properly and effectively execute tough internal grinding jobs, Diagrind fits into a niche with expertise that few other companies can match. Okay. And whereas Mike Sommer's father, Don, retired after 35 years at the helm, Mike Sommer stepped into his father's position, continuing, if I can get to the next page, continuing the father-son team that Sneva embraced. To this day, Mike's father, mother, and sister hold shares of the company. And whereas Diagrind has always been a family-owned and run business, Mike Sommer has been with the company full-time since graduating college in 1996. He took over in 2005 and still brings the same passion for excellence that has allowed Diagrind to flourish for his entire tenure. Now, therefore, I, Keith Peacock, Village President of the Village of Orland Park, Illinois, and the counties of Cook and Will, do hereby extend the gratitude of the entire community to Diagrind for more than 45 years of serving the community, and hereby proclaim Diagrind with Orland Park's Business of the Month, July 2021. what I'd like to add is I have toured the facility, and it's amazing how tiny these pieces are. And you know, one of the things that I've seen in my business career, consulting, and also, you know, in the landscape industry, is it never ceases to amaze me how many small manufacturing companies that make things that you need every day or go into something that you use every day and you have no idea exists. And this is one of those companies. So I'd really like to congratulate the family and thank you for staying here, and also thank you for staying open during COVID, keeping people working, and being a great Orland Park company. And then I'm going to come up here and we're going to take some photos, and then we will come and deliver your award at your place of business, and bring Navia for that too.
Sure, why not? It's a recent work.
Congratulations. Thank you, sir. Anything you want to add about Orland Park?
Well, one of the main reasons that we wanted to be here at Orland Park, as far as I was concerned, was when our kids were in high school and grammar school, I never had to miss a soccer game. I never had to miss a drama. Anything. I was always close to what was going on with the family. It was very important to us. And, we've done well.
The lifeblood of the community. We're a community full of, you don't have to go very far down Grange Road to see every corporate retail restaurant and retail store in America practically this year. But the lifeblood of Orland Park and any community are small businesses like yourself. This is small manufacturing businesses, home businesses, local, state, and all of the community to be able to not only employ people, but also to be involved in the community. So that's the lifeblood of all we do. So thank you very much for being in Orland Park and staying in Orland Park for almost 4 years. Sure. All right, thanks a lot.
Accounts payable approval.
Mr. Chairman,
Trustee Healy.
I move to approve the accounts payable from July 7th, 2021 through July 19th, 2021 in the amount of $1,756,426.87.
Second.
Any questions? Call the roll.
Trustee Healy.
Aye.
Trustee Malani.
Aye.
Trustee Katsinas.
Aye.
Trustee Compass.
Aye.
Trustee Reardon.
Aye.
Trustee Rashevsky.
Aye.
Mayor Peacock.
Aye.
Consent agenda.
Consent agenda, item A, payroll approval. Item B, Glen B. Boley Farm petition for a certificate of appropriateness for demolition and major changes to the farmhouse and other structures. Item C, 143rd Street widening, Seabells contract modification amendment number 3. Item D, disposal of decommissioned information technology equipment ordinance. Item E, professional engineering services 2021 MWRD compliance RJN master agreement proposal. Item F, intergovernmental agreement between the Village of Orland Park and the Orland Park Fire Protection District concerning administrative adjudication approval. Item G, Silver Lake West Main Replacement Phase 1 and 82nd Avenue lining bid. Item H, September 5th, 2021, Centennial Park West Stage Sound Lights and Labor. Item I, an ordinance authorizing the development of a financing plan for general obligation refunding bond series 2021C and redemption and payment prior to the maturity of the general obligation refunding bond series 2020-12B. Item J, an ordinance providing for the issuance of not to exceed $6,500,000 general obligation refunding bonds of the Village of Orland Park, Cook and Will Counties, Illinois, for the purpose of refunding certain outstanding bonds of said village, providing for the levy and collection of a direct annual tax sufficient to pay the principal and interest on said bonds, authorizing the execution of an escrow agreement in connection with the issue of said bonds, and authorizing the sale of said bonds to the purchaser thereof. Can I have some oxygen, please? Item K, ordinance providing for the redemption and payment prior to the maturity of $8,025,000 taxable general obligation refunding bond series 2012B of the Village of Orland Park, Cook and Will Counties, Illinois. Item L, insurance brokerage consulting services contract. Item M, an ordinance amending Title 7, Chapter 1, Section 7-1-12 of the Orland Park Village Code with regards to the conduct of business licensees. Item L will need to be taken off of the consent agenda, as I have a conflict of interest, as does Trustee Reardon. Mine is due to the fact that Horton is a client of mine, so therefore I can't vote on that. So I'll entertain a motion to approve on the consent agenda items A through K and M.
So moved.
Second.
Call the roll.
Trustee Compass?
Aye.
Trustee Healy?
Aye.
Trustee Katsinas?
Aye.
Trustee Malani?
Aye.
Trustee Reardon?
Aye.
Trustee Rashevsky?
Aye.
Mayor Pika?
Aye.
Insurance brokerage consulting services contract.
Mr. Chairman,
Trustee Healy.
I move to approve awarding a 5-year contract with the option to renew at the village's discretion for up to 4 additional years to the Horton Group for insurance brokerage and consulting services related to the village's liability, property, and employee benefit insurance programs in the amount not to exceed $74,600 for each of the first 5 years for a total cost of $373,000, and approve the village manager to execute an agreement with the Horton Group for insurance brokerage and consulting services subject to attorney review.
Second.
Any questions or comments? Call the roll.
Trustee Healy?
Aye.
Trustee Katsinas?
Aye.
Trustee Malani?
Aye.
Trustee Compass?
Aye.
Trustee Reardon?
I need to recuse myself.
Trustee Rashevsky?
Aye.
So that would be abstain.
Abstain.
And the reason?
A business conflict as well with a different part of Horton's group.
Okay. Trustee Rashevsky, you said aye.
I said aye.
Mayor Pika?
Abstain. I have a business conflict with a different group as well.
167th Street multi-use path, Steeplechase Parkway to 104th Street, Phase 2, final design engineering services consultant recommendation.
Mr. Chairman,
Trustee Malani.
move to approve awarding 167th Street multi-use path, Steeplechase Parkway to 104th Street, Phase 2, final design engineering services contract to Civil Tech in an amount not to exceed $249,989, and authorize the village manager to execute all related contracts subject to village attorney review. Second.
Any questions or comments? Call the roll.
Trustee Malani?
Aye.
Trustee Compass?
Aye.
Trustee Healy?
Aye.
Trustee Katsinas?
No.
Trustee Reardon?
Aye.
Trustee Rashevsky?
Aye.
Mayor Pika?
Aye.
(9/11) Commemoration Ceremony.
Mr. Chairman,
Trustee Compass.
I move to approve hosting a ceremony to commemorate the 20th anniversary of the 9/11 attacks in conjunction with the Veterans Commission, the Orland Fire Protection District, and the Orland Park Police Department on September 11th, 2021 at 10 a.m. at the R.A. Pace Memorial.
Second.
Any questions or comments? Call the roll.
Trustee Compass?
Aye.
Trustee Katsinas?
Aye.
Trustee Healy?
Aye.
Trustee Malani?
Aye.
Trustee Reardon?
Aye.
Trustee Rashevsky?
Aye.
Mayor Pika?
Aye.
Acceptance of the fiscal year 2020 comprehensive financial report. Approval.
Mr. Chairman,
Trustee Healy.
I move to approve accepting the fiscal year 2020 comprehensive annual financial report ending December 31st, 2020.
Second.
Are there any questions or comments?
Mr. Chairman,
Trustee Healy.
I've read through most of that report, and I think it's done in a very professional and a good way. I think it's a good representation. I think BKD has done a great job in doing it. They were available to answer a lot of questions, and thanks to Kevin and George and the rest of the staff for helping them get together. Out of this 200-some page, it seems like 200 pages of reports, there's one number in particular which gets me as a professional accountant, and that is the idea of pension reform accounting, and that during the last, on page XXII, it says, during the fiscal year 2015 through 2018, the village implemented 3 financial accounting statements that changed, that had the effect, and these 3 changes in accounting rules had the effect of giving us, hitting the financial statements for $46,546,000 of pension and other retirement costs. This has been a hit to our financial statements and all other financial statements across the U.S., and it's just a reflective of the extremely high pension liability, and thanks to BKD, we're reflecting all of this in our financial statements, and we should see that reflected in all the other statements too. It's just something to note in this financial statement that I found astounding that we could have digested that hit and we're still in pretty good financial state. So thank you.
Any other questions or comments? So I appreciate all the work that goes into this. This is, and it's very transparent to the public. They can look through this. And the village has always been transparent with this and has always showed this information. So this predates all of us. Clearly the last 4 years, or last year was very challenging from a financial perspective with COVID, and yet still, if you look at the last 4 years, we've dropped our debt load significantly, and we've lowered our operating expenses. We've done a lot to shore up our financials, to put us in a good position to allow us to do the things we talked about earlier in the cow, which is spend more money on our parks, more money on our roads, and catch up on some of the things we're behind on. So, good job by the boards, over the last 4 years to start redirecting some of what we were doing. You saw the bond refinancing there, and you would have seen if you saw the cow that we took an $8 million hit getting out of 9750. 9750 was hurt a lot. It hurt us about $8 million. Which we knew we wouldn't be paying for until after the bonds matured. But we're in a better spot to not be an owner of that building. So, and still at the end of the day, we still managed to take all of that debt off the books. So I think, again, congratulations to the board and the board of the last 4 years for getting all that work done. Call the roll.
Trustee Healy?
Aye.
Trustee Malani?
Aye.
Trustee Katsinas?
Aye.
Trustee Compass?
Aye.
Trustee Reardon?
Aye.
Trustee Rashevsky?
Aye.
Mayor Peacock?
Aye.
Amend Title VII, Chapter 4, Number of Class B Liquor License Ordinance.
Mr. Chairman,
Trustee Malani.
move to adopt an ordinance entitled, an ordinance amending Title VII, Chapter 4 of the Orland Park Municipal Code regarding the available number of Class B liquor licenses issued by the Village of Orland Park, Cook and Will Counties, Illinois.
Second.
Any questions or comments? Call the roll.
Trustee Malani?
Aye.
Trustee Compass?
Aye.
Trustee Healy?
Aye.
Trustee Katsinas?
Aye.
Trustee Reardon?
Aye.
Trustee Rashevsky?
Aye.
Mayor Peacock?
Aye.
Amend Title VII, Chapter 4, Number of Class A Liquor License Ordinance.
Mr. Chairman,
Trustee Compass.
I move to adopt an ordinance entitled, an ordinance amending Title VII, Chapter 4 of the Orland Park Municipal Code regarding the available number of Class A liquor licenses issued by the Village of Orland Park, Cook and Will Counties, Illinois.
Second.
Any questions or comments? Call the roll.
Trustee Compass?
Aye.
Trustee Malani?
Aye.
Trustee Healy?
Aye.
Trustee Katsinas?
Aye.
Trustee Reardon?
Aye.
Trustee Rashevsky?
Aye.
Mayor Peacock?
Aye.
Are there any non-scheduled citizens or visitors?
Okay.
Board comments.
Trustee Healy?
My comment tonight is that I attended the Market in the Park last Thursday, and it was wonderful. The staff put on a so comfortable show that everybody seemed so relaxed in their roles at the Market in the Park that it was just great. The music and everything was wonderful too, and just coincided with great weather. And I've also, although I didn't make it to the concert last night, I've had about a number of people come up to me and say what a great event that was. So I hope we can't have enough of them. So thanks to the staff for doing a great job with that. Thanks.
Trustee Katsinas?
And just to go along with what Bill said, in addition to the last concert Sunday, we also had a very successful cookout with the cops. It was very well attended. You saw a lot of young kids there, a lot of deputized sheriffs there, little ones. Really was a nice event. So thank you for all that attended. Also, there's members of the Orland Park Police Department that participated in this year's Concern for Police Survivors. It's called acronym COPS. It's a 370-mile bike ride across Illinois where the cops step up, the organization steps up and assists those whose lives have been shattered by somebody making the ultimate sacrifice. So they did an excellent job representing Orland, and we thank the officers, all of them, from Orland and others that participated in that. Thank you.
Trustee Malani?
Thank you, everybody, for coming tonight. Just want to remind everybody that Taste of Orland Park is coming soon. Please join us on August 6th through the 8th for a great weekend of events. There's also a drive-in movie, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, coming on July 31st, and our Market in the Park is going to continue for another month. The last one will be August 19th. Also, a few meetings ago, we discussed bringing barbecue competitions to Orland Park. I guess that's materialized. The Sons of the American Legions will be hosting their competition on August 21st at Crescent Park. You can visit their website at summersalutebarbecue.com for more information. So hope you'll attend, and thank you all for coming.
Trustee Compass?
So for those of you that celebrate Eid al-Adha, I hope that you have a very blessed holiday, and I hope I managed to say that correctly. Orland Park had a big week this week for social gatherings with 2 events, as others have already mentioned, with the police department and 2 free concerts. Last night's concert with the Four C Notes was a great time and very well attended. It's very wonderful to see everyone outside again and enjoying the evening. Thank you to the Investigations Department for all that they do and all the other leadership involved in putting together the police events, and to Doreen Bila on the rec group for putting together our free concert series, and everyone that helps and supports her as well. Tomorrow, just as a reminder, is the Veterans Tuesday at the Park, featuring 5 Guys Named Joe as entertainment. I believe this is our last one for this year, so please come out and celebrate all of our veterans with some live entertainment, and a big thank you to the Veterans Commission for launching this program this year. For my usual update, I'm building on our strengths. Orland Park has an excellent aquatic center, not just in the facilities, but especially in the people that manage the complex operations and the young adults that keep our guests safe. I had the distinct privilege of attending the annual Guard Games this last week. I don't know that I can name too many other professional training and evaluation events where the participants look forward to participating as much as I saw there. This program reinforces the training, focus, and discipline required to be a lifeguard. When I saw the first team compete in these games that night, it initially looked like chaos to me, and that was the point. The supervisors create scenarios that require responses, and they do it all at once while throwing a lot of distractions at these teams while they perform their jobs. What I saw after a moment of getting over the planned chaos was how professional and efficient the young adults that monitor our pools are. They perform multiple saves from deep water, practice CPR on adults and children, responded to seizures, etc. It was a lot. But it taught me a great deal about our excellent leadership at the pool. There's no doubt in my mind that they are developing future leaders in our community. And so with that said, I'd like to thank that team, starting with the manager, Brett Sprague, the assistant manager, Brittany Jaden, the assistant managers, Amy Malanafi, Beth Malanafi, Dana Weiner, Roberto Vasquez, Mara O'Connor, Squad 1, Anthony Hansler, Amanda Pavick, Jenna Shaheen, Emma Shea. Squad 2, Lisa Chelsla, Finbar Haran, Taylor Villa, Ali Strobosher. Squad 3, Martin Blake and Delia Dome, Jamie Reka, Maddie Norbut, Sawyer Hobbs. And thank you to Ray for the rec department. That's it.
Trustee Reardon?
Thanks. This past week, I had a chance, so I went to the concert last night, not for the whole thing, but I was there for a while, and it was fantastic. Weather was great. On that note, the next 10 days look like they're going to be great, so get out and enjoy Orland Park. Whatever you can get out and do. Looks like we'll have some good weather for a while. I also stopped by the Orland Park Law Enforcement Organization barbecue. I wasn't there very long, but what I really hit home is how it's difficult to be a law enforcement any agency these days, and to see them in their element, seeing each other from other organizations. There were Chicago police, there were other towns police there, and relaxed, enjoying themselves, their family. It hit home that these guys and men and women go through a lot, and their families go through a lot. And then reading our briefing and seeing all the various things that our police are doing on a week-to-week or month-to-month basis in terms of what goes on in and around Orland Park. So it was very nice to see, and I'm definitely going to try to get out to another one and be able to stay a little bit longer. So enjoy the next 10 days of no rain, hopefully.
Yay.
Trustee Radiszewski?
Like the rest of the board said, we've had a lot of really great events, very well attended, wonderful weather. We still have some additional events that, will be happening throughout the rest of the summer. Get out there and enjoy them while we can, because summers are short. Follow us on social media so that way, you kind of can stay abreast on those programs that are coming. But I also wanted to, again, congratulate Di Grind for, being a business here for so many decades, and that it is important. Keith mentioned how it's the lifeblood, but it is, small business is big business, and it really is what keeps us going. So, thank you to all the businesses that have, stayed here and made it through COVID. And, we welcome new businesses, to join us here in Orland Park. But I also want to just reiterate to everybody just to, patronize those businesses, keep them running, it's what's best for everybody, just the economic development for Orland Park.
Thank you. And I'll close, so I'll start with, I want to point out we had a press release that went out of someone who had stolen over and over and over again thousands of dollars from stores in Orland Park, caught over and over and over again, ankle monitoring. Thankfully, a judge finally, no bond. So I want to applaud that judge for stepping up and doing that, because it took multiple incidents before they finally did that. And I know the chief is happy that they finally said, okay, enough. How many, I think it was almost a total of $10,000 in merchandise altogether between all the thefts. So it's like, how many does it take? And, oh, by the way, they charged multiple times, which means Cook County charged them. So that the evidence is pretty high. So I want to thank that judge for stepping up. Also, Taste of Orland is coming up. I will warn everyone, there is a little bit lower participation from our restaurants, only like 11, I think, or so, and that is not because they're not interested, it is because they cannot get employees, and so they can't run their restaurant and the taste at the same time. So it's a function of, quite frankly, a policy that is basically encouraging people to stay home rather than returning to work. So it'll be, hopefully we'll have just as many people attend as we did 2 years ago, but you'll have a little bit longer lines at the food locations, and but there will still be, I think, 10 or 11 restaurants out there, so it still should be a great time. We have great music lineup, so it'll be fantastic. I also want to point out, this is not Orland Park related, but I think it speaks to everything that's going on. I was at the Sox game yesterday, where we had a one-hitter, and that was thrown. But what I found interesting is the attendance was 34,000. 34,000 people enjoying a baseball game. Kids enjoying a baseball game. And I think I saw two patrons, only one patron in a mask. Everyone was making their own choices. How wonderful that we were just out there enjoying a baseball game normally, without a bunch of restrictions for who comes to the game, who doesn't come to the game, who goes up to get something to eat, etc. 6 feet apart in line, all that stuff. It was absolutely normal. So, I think that speaks volumes when we can start to have those events in Chicago. Then I think that speaks to what, is going on everywhere else. And I want to thank, again, the 3 holdover trustees as well as staff for all they did the last year to allow Orland Park to be as normal as possible through all this. I'm really looking forward to a taste and a concert series that is completely normal without devoid of all of these different things that we had to do last year to host them safely. A concert series also coming up August 14th. And September 5th as well. Tickets are still available. We've sold more tickets than we've ever sold for them, so it's going to be a great event, going to be a lot of fun, and hopefully the odds are that we're not going to get rain again since we lost one. So also there are free music events like we talked about. We have the Veterans tomorrow night. We have Market in the Park. We just had our concert in the park last night, which was phenomenal. It was the most people I've ever seen. In fact, I think there were so many people I don't think we're going to be able to host it at that location anymore. I think we're going to have to move it over to Centennial as well, just because there were that many people there. There had to be over 1,000 people at that event. So great job by staff. I appreciate it. And just for everyone in Orland Park, we have 17 free music events besides the paid concert series. So there's a lot of places to go out and enjoy music in Orland Park. So thank you very much. With that, I'll entertain a motion to go into executive session.
Mr. Chairman,
Trustee Compass.
I move to go into executive session for A, approval of minutes, B, setting a price for sale or lease of village property, C, pending litigation against, affecting, or on behalf of the village, or when found by the board that such action is probable or imminent, D, collective negotiating matters between the village and its employees or their representatives, or deliberations concerning salary schedules for one or more classes of employees.
Second.
Call the roll.
Trustee Compass?
Aye.
Trustee Malani?
Aye.
Trustee Healy?
Aye.
Trustee Katsinas?
Aye.
Trustee Reardon?
Aye.
Trustee Radiszewski? Mayor Peacock?
Aye. Have a good night, everybody.